Hi guys, I hope this works. I'm going to make a video again. I've tried to make this before. It's day 6 and I'm going to do the 31 Days of Tarot challenge by Ethony, and I'm going to do the one that says like what deck did you scratch off your list or cross off your list or something like that. I just went shopping again. I'm a sun sadist, I swear. Masochist rather. Um, So I have a list and I started it last year, but I'm only going to show the decks that I kept. I did cross off some decks off my list last year, but a lot of them I actually ended up moving on because I didn't really like them very much. So these are the ones that I have kept. And of course, this is not an extensive list of the things that I do want to get. I'll show you the list of that list I started last year, because it's quite large and I do not plan to really crack at it this year. So that's the list, and it's 34. 34 tarot decks or oracle decks. So let's crack into it then. So I crossed off the Celtic Tree Oracle. I crossed off the Revelations Tarot. Thank you, Katie. I'm still yet to use it like for more than one spread, one or two spreads, but it's going to happen in 2017. I have I got the Green Witch Tarot, which I've spoken about a couple of days ago, not really knowing whether I wanted this and kept going back and forth when I went into the city to go to the Theosophical bookshop. And then eventually I did buy it, and when I first used it, I thought, my god, I've wasted $50. But then I've started using it in the past week, and it's just been very on point, very healing. I think my problem is sometimes I'm really used to intense decks, and I thought, this is going to be light, but it's actually not. It actually, well, it can be, but for me, it's giving me the brutal reality of the physical, really. And it's a really great grounding deck, I think. I'm going to be doing a top deck Tuesday video on this, I think. Then we've got the Raven Prophecy, which is just all over the place. And yes, I have trimmed it because it's beautiful. I haven't really picked this up since I wrote the Bone Show or was working on the Bone Show novel, so after I used this excessively, I kind of needed a break from it. But as you all know, I do work with Morrigan. I do work with Death, Gods and Goddesses, so this deck has been really pivotal, and it's interesting. It actually was a very good visual aid for starting to work with Native American energy, which was really weird for me, but it seemed to just want to call. I think because it is very elemental heavy and very raw in nature. I love the world card. I think it's a world card, yeah. So, and I kind of tossed up whether to get rid of this one as well, which is just, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Maybe because it's too brutal for me. What else? I have another Lisa Hunt deck, which I can't really swap with anyone because I lost the Medusa card, which is hilarious because I was doing a magical working with it, specifically using her for a purpose for protection, and then the card disappeared. So I don't know what that means, but it's actually one of the few Lisa Hunt decks that I actually really can work with. And I know I mentioned that I got rid of the Ghosts and Spirits, but I don't know, I really like this one. I don't like the book that comes with it. I hate her books, I really do. I think they're just terrible books. But her artwork is amazing. And I only just realised that the Ten of Swords is Kali. How amazing is that? I really need to work with that one because I actually had a dream about Kali last year, and there was a tree in it, and blades, of course. Interesting. I wonder if that sort of seeped into my subconscious mind. I haven't actually really worked with this deck at all, so I might pull it out again, because I do like fantastical creatures in terms of mythology, and this book is like packed with them. Yeah, I think I'm going to work with this deck. You know, there's some decks that people say like you can't use them without having all the cards there at once, but I know it's like a whole system and that kind of defeats the purpose if you've lost one card and you can't use it, but I think you can. Like for Medusa, if I set her up to be part of a ongoing practice or ritual or somewhere, even though I've lost a card, if I really needed to, I could draw on her energy anyway, so she's probably there anyway in terms of using this deck, so I would always probably use this deck and just say that she's a guardian of the deck. Just a different way of looking at it without having to, you know, waste a deck, which is sad because, you know, I actually, looking at it now, I think I love it even more than I thought I did. Perspective. And I think the last one I have, which I should, oh, actually I have two. I have the Meta Barons, which I mentioned before that I got for free because I had a gift voucher at the Theosophical Bookshop, because I spent probably, I'm going to say close to 3-4 grand last year at that shop, which is kind of scary as shit, but and then I got a loyalty card, so it just racked up. And then the last one is my animal totem tarot. So those are the ones I crossed off my list that I still own and really like, because it is a fun challenge to actually think about like what you did buy and what's still in your collection, and like what takes priority over everything else. A lot of it was swaps. I think a lot of these decks I purchased either fairly cheaply or did through swaps. And lastly, before this video ends, if you live in Australia and have a spotlight, they're doing like this massive sale right now. I think it's to get rid of stock for the new year. And I ended up picking up or finding these Cosmo Cricket, they're called work in progress books, but they're basically a traveler's notebook. And I tell you, these are better quality than the traveler's notebook I paid like $70 for. To start off with, they have like 4 loops, which one of the things about my traveler's notebook, it's only got one, and it really pissed me off because, you know, I have multiple, I want to be able to use multiple inserts. It actually has these really cool pockets, and they come with another elastic band and the notebook, and it's a lined notebook, and it's got a watercolor cover. So when I picked this up the other day, I put it back down because I thought the whole thing was watercolor. But then something told me to go back and pick them up, and because I need to get inserts for my other traveler's notebook. And Midori basically costs, I think over here they're like $7 an insert, and I can't really find bulk sellers anymore. I bought one last year or the year before, and it had about 10 in it, and it was like $3 each, so it was only, you know, not expensive at all. But nowadays they charge, like they want you to buy like 200 of them, and I'm like, I could probably use 200 notebooks, but I don't really want to spend that amount of money on just notebooks like that. So I really just got these for $3. I kind of got them because I thought I want the inserts, but I was very pleasantly surprised by the actual quality. And I'm not sure whether I'll use both of them, so I might do a giveaway or something like that, or put it up in a swap or something. But I'll see how I go because I tend to find notebooks need projects because I always start projects. And I'm using this one of these for the Reset Girls List Just Got a List challenge, which I will try and find a link for and link below. So that's my rambling video where I can't really talk properly today because I'm very hot and dizzy. But there is my cards that I've crossed off my list, and I'm pretty happy with my purchases of last year, especially those decks. If you have any of those decks, let me know, and if you would like me to do any Top Deck Tuesday videos, just leave a message below. Summer heat is fun. Okay, bye guys.